Israel, this roughly 22,000 square kilometer sized strip of land in the Middle East, has long been a topic of controversy, to say the least. Accused of being an occupier and an apartheid state, it is hard to form a factual view of Israel while sifting through the misinformation. In this first episode of Understanding Israel, I will start by answering the simple question, what is Israel? Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the first part of the mini-series Understanding Israel, where I attempt to give short, bite-sized and well-informed videos on the topic of Israel from a biblical and factual point of view. Today's question, what is Israel? Well, I'll start by telling you what Israel is not. Israel is not a dictatorship, unlike most of its neighbors. Since the founding of the modern state of Israel in 1948, it has always been considered a democracy, holding fair and open elections every 4 years. The modern state of Israel was founded in 1948 partly as a result of the Holocaust and partly as a result of the efforts of the Zionist movement of the late 19th and early 20th century. What is Zionism? In a nutshell, Zionism is nationalism for Jews. I will not go into it in detail because that will make this video an hour long. But basically, in the 19th century, the various peoples of Europe moved away from feudalism and kingdoms to a more nationality-based, often republican ideal. The idea was that everyone in a certain ethnic group, so for example every German or every Frenchman, were equal and should strive to seek their value in their common ethnic, cultural, and racial heritage, and not loyalty to some royal family somewhere that often had no connection to the actual people of the land. The Jews of Europe, having been kicked out of their land 2,000 years earlier by the Romans, sympathized with these ideals and wanted a version of their own, and thus Zionism was born. The Jews already had a land, given to them by God through Abraham, but were not in possession of it. Zionism was a movement that strived for an establishment of a Jewish state in what had always been considered their land, Israel, then referred to as Palestine by the British who occupied it. In 1948, this dream was actualized when the United Nations agreed to give part of the British Mandate of Palestine to the Jews to establish their state in. The establishment of Israel was part of a larger movement of post-World War II decolonization, where the British, French, and other nations gave back land to people they had previously colonized. It was only fair to give a small slice to the Jews as well, after 2,000 years of persecution culminating in the Holocaust. Since Israel's Declaration of Independence in 1948, she has had her fair share of attacks from aggressive neighbors who would like for nothing more than to wipe Israel off the map. But by the grace of God, she has withstood every single one of them and has continued to thrive. Israel today is on par with any Western nation as pertaining to standard of living, GDP, infrastructure, and human rights. This is unique for a country in the region. Anyway, I feel like that is enough of an introduction. In the next episode, I will answer the question, why do Christians support Israel? Stay tuned, and God bless.